Star Wars is, maybe was, Disney's most prized intellectual property. But as we also know, just this last week, Disney closed the doors on the very expensive Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser experience, the Star Wars Hotel. I'm going to talk about why in this video, and it's probably not the reason you're thinking. So let's dive into it. This is Walk the Way. This is where we talk about stories and pop culture and how they relate to you in your life. So Starcruiser, it is of course the ultra premium experience that Disney invested approximately, let me check my notes, $350 million. I'm sorry, $350 million.
Give us some money!
For 5 days on a cruise. At least that's kind of what I got from the marketing. And that's probably one of the main issues here, which is that it was the promotional missteps when it came to marketing the experience that was the Star Wars Hotel. I gotta highlight two ads. The first one was that kid, Sean, what's his face from the Goldbergs, doing a whole routine of a grand tour of the Halcyon, as they nicknamed it, and it was just look, just watch.
Oh, I'm just too excited. We gotta go and punch it.
Not great, but honestly, like that one was universally mocked. It was so bad Disney deleted it off of their own YouTube channel. But even Josh D'Amaro, the chairman of the Disney parks, doing his like lightsaber training routine.
So do I turn it on, or
go for it?
What do I do here?
They were trying to show some of these cool experiences, but they were all like segmented apart, and you really don't have any context for how they fit in with the story that they were trying to build for guests while they stay. So it's just, as a viewer watching who's trying to decide whether or not to go, it's just not resonating. Let's get specific when we're talking about the disconnect with the marketing here, because I'm talking about the ethos of Star Wars. Star Wars is this universal hero's journey, and that's what they were attempting to replicate as an experience in the Galactic Starcruiser, but that is not what you saw in this marketing material. Now, for the experience itself, maybe, but for those of us who never went, like all we have to go on is the promotional material that Disney gave us. That hero's journey experience just isn't represented in the fundamental premise of Starcruiser. Like a luxury cruise in the Star Wars universe is just different than the used universe hero's journey that we think of when we think of Star Wars. When I think of iconic Star Wars environments that I would want to pay like a lot of money to reconstruct and immerse yourself in, I think of like setting sunsets, the cantina scene, Endor in Return of the Jedi, the trenches of Hoth. Like these are the epic moments of Star Wars that I would want to be immersed in if I were paying a lot of money for this experience. I don't think like replicate a Disney cruise in the Star Wars universe. The other thing is, even for me personally, I am the prime target audience for something like this. Like I am a huge Star Wars fan. I hosted a podcast for like 10 years on Star Wars, and I love it. I would 100% with some of my Star Wars buddies want to go do something like this. But it was just that disconnect in the marketing that just, for me, I couldn't justify the price versus what I was seeing as the when it comes to the experience. And finally, because I care about the essence of Star Wars when it comes to trying to build an experience like this. Because here's the deal. If you watch some of the walkthrough videos and you actually hear from people who went on this experience, by all accounts, like people were astounded by the effort that the Disney Imagineers went to for every detail, for building out story beats, for making it immersive, something that you can participate in. But it didn't show in the marketing material. What we saw instead was just that disconnect between the ethos of Star Wars and the luxury cruise line experience. Like the best example of this, like I could go on about it, but I case in point. The funny thing is, there are elements of the Star Wars universe that do remind me of this. But it's the Coruscant nightclub or the casino on Canto Bight, which are just not at the top of lists of places that I would personally want to experience in the Star Wars universe. In all seriousness, that's where I think there's a lot of opportunity for an immersive Star Wars experience that allows you to like write your own hero's journey within the Star Wars universe in a context and in an environment that is actually similar to, if not a replica of, the most iconic elements of the Star Wars universe. And I think that was honestly the biggest misstep. So ultimately, like, was it the cringeworthy Goldberg's ad? Was it the backlash to the price? Was it the whole premise in the first place? I'd be interested to see your opinion on why the Star Wars Hotel failed, and maybe more importantly, what we would hopefully like to see Disney do in terms of immersive Star Wars experiences in the future. So if you enjoyed this video, well, one, subscribe, like, rate, all the, I don't know, the things you do on YouTube. Also watch this video where my friend Stephen Kent breaks down the hero's journey of Ahsoka in the recent Ahsoka series. Thanks for watching, guys, and until next time, in the immortal words of Qui-Gon Jinn, remember, your focus determines your reality.
Welcome to the new